Hello, welcome back. I am Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? Has anybody grown a garden this summer? We do. It gets, I've talked about it. It gets overridden. I was down at my brother's garden the other day, and it looks just like last year. He's like, we planted 12 tomato plants. I think they have 50 at least growing. It's crazy. It's super crazy. Not gonna even acknowledge that what's going on in the other room. But anyway, yeah, tons of tomato plants from last year, and he tilled it a couple times and they still all came up. It's so hard to keep up with them, to keep up with the weeding and the watering, and sometimes it's easier to water than it is to weed, but what do you do? And mine's, I'm behind on weeding, and we were gone, so then I was in the garden weeding, and the goats and the chickens, when I'm weeding, when somebody's in there, they kind of come over to the fence because we throw the weeds out of the fence and then they eat them all, and it's so funny. But yeah, there was so bad. It was so bad. And then I was like, well, I should pick some cucumbers, because I'm sure they're big. Big is not even the word to describe these things. They look like they're how zucchini like gets away on you. These cucumbers got away on us. But so I started picking and picking and picking and picking and picking, just the big ones. So I'm picking and picking and picking, and went out of the garden, and I'm like asking my husband for some pails, and he gives me 2 pails. And I fill them up, and I come back, and I'm like, I need another pail. And he's like, you need another pail? And I'm like, yeah, there's like 3 5-gallon pails of not pickles. They'd love them to be pickles. Time to do pickles. I should do pickles. But, yeah, it's like, there's 3 5-gallon pails of cucumbers out there. And he's like, why did you pick these? We can't do anything with them. And I'm like, because there's no buds on there. There's like maybe 3 on all these plants. I said they're not producing buds because they're supporting these cucumbers. I said if I pick them, they're gonna start producing more cucumbers, and by that time we'll be caught up. So we gave some away what we could, and we've been eating them like nobody's business. But I decided, I was like, I got the best thing to do with these cucumbers. We should just start a spa. No, okay. Oh, wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, so anyway, what we are doing today is actually what I've been talking about, is we're going to do some things with cucumbers. Now, there is a way you can make cucumber powder. I'm not doing that. I don't think I'm doing that in this video. I think that would be awesome because you could put it in lotions and scrubs and stuff like that, but I'm not. Okay, we're going to do cucumber hydrosol, and then we're going to do eye patches with that cucumber hydrosol and some other ingredients. So, 3 things. Dream big, be true to you. You are worth it. And let's go check out these hellacious cucumbers. I was not kidding. There were a lot of them, and they were big. And when I pick them, they make my hands itch and swell up. So that's no fun. Okay, into the hydrosol. If you want to know more about a hydrosol, I can post my other video or 2 that we did hydrosol on. We did it with the roses. I did the peelings of 4 cucumbers. Okay, and then I used, I think, only 2 cucumbers chunked up. Okay. Amazingly, these cucumbers are not bitter at all. Like, there have been years where you couldn't even have a 3-inch pickle or a 3-inch cucumber and it was bitter as hell. These were very, very good. They were still very good. So of course I used the ones I didn't use in here in a salad for myself. My husband makes cucumber sandwiches, which I think is funny. My dad used to make pickle sandwiches, so to each their own, I guess. But anyway, into the pot goes the chunked up cucumbers and the peelings and the rock. Is the rock in there? Yes, the rock is in there. You should have seen it in the beginning. So I have my rock. And I like putting a rock in there because I just feel otherwise the whatever I am using, to make the hydrosol with, it goes underneath the bowl. So fill it up to the bottom of the bowl. Water to the bottom of the bowl. I'm getting ahead of myself, whatever. And there's my lid. I like my see-through lid. This isn't really the lid that goes to this pot, but I like the see-through lid because I can see what's going on in the pot. And once again, I like sealing the edges. I get a lot more hydrosol out of my product, so more bang for my buck, if you want to say, when I put aluminum foil around my lid and kind of, try and keep the steam in, because it's all steam ventilation, guys. We're going for the steam. And here's my first ice cube. I go through 3 this size and then 1 bigger one, but you can already see underneath it's cloudy and it's foaming and it's dripping, and that's exactly what we want. We want the steam distilled cucumber. And I use a turkey baster to remove the water as it melts off the ice cube. Isn't this a cool video? Oh, I actually got it dripping, and that's why I like the bigger pot, guys. I'm not using an 8 quart Dutch oven or whatever you call those. I am using like a 12 quart pot. And there's my beautiful clear crystal hydrosol. Look at that. I store it in there and I put it in the fridge. I do let it cool down for maybe half an hour, and then I pour it. Okay, to the cucumber eye patches. I have never made eye patches before, but with the cucumber hydrosol, I was like, this would be awesome. So awesome. So using my itty bitty baby scale, I am adding the D-L-panthenol or provitamin B5. This helps with wound healing, cell turnover, and it's a humectant and moisturizing. So I figured 1 to 2% of this would be lovely in my eye patches. So I had to use my itty bitty scale because I am only doing a 1 ounce total solution for myself. Okay, this is for myself, so don't get up in arms over how I'm doing this. The second one is niacinamide, which is vitamin B3, and yes, they can be combined together. They actually work better together. Helps with discoloration, brightens the complexion, makes it clearer, healthier looking skin. Aha! Definitely want this for my eyeballs. Not my eyeballs, my eyes. The skin around my eyes. Yes. Yeah, I did my research on this. Like, what did I want it to do? What did I want the product to do? And so, I didn't just jump into this, guys. I did put a lot of thought into this. And next I'm adding the cucumber hydrosol. It definitely smells like cucumber. It's so crazy. And then I just need the vitamins B3 and B5 to dissolve in the hydrosol, because it's just a water, really. And once they're totally dissolved, then we will add the hyaluronic acid that has already been reconstituted. Okay, so it's not the powder form, it's the reconstituted form. Just a little bit of that in there. And then we're going to add, and next, just for a little added punch, I'm adding cucumber extract. Really probably didn't need to, but I just wanted to. It is water soluble. Watch your extracts, make sure they mix, match what you're doing. This is just glycerin water and the cucumber extract itself, which has a little bit of a preservative in it. Sodium benzoate and potassium sorbate. Almost similar to the ones that are in the aloe vera leaf juice. This is actually, though, what I'm adding now is some witch hazel. It is the, which one did I add? Ginger witch hazel and green tea witch hazel. Just a little bit there. And next I'm adding the whole leaf aloe vera juice, which has citric acid and potassium sorbate. And then just a hint, just a little bit of castor oil. You could also add jojoba oil. The only kicker is you really got to mix this in. To note though, if I was making a bigger batch of this, I would use my immersion blender to really split those molecules and separate them and beat them, so they were all separate, and then pour it off really quick. Now these are the organic cotton rounds that I'm using for the eye patches. And I'm just going to count off. See, they have that textured side. It's kind of cool. And they're pretty thick. So I'm just going to put them in this container so that it won't squish them. And I'm going to give my solution a really quick mix again, just because of the little bit of oil. I think it was 3 drops, guys, that is in here. And then I'm going to just pour it over the top of my little cotton pads and let them soak it all in. And to use these little babies, you just lay down and relax for 5 to 10 minutes. Keep your eyes closed, and voila. They actually helped. I couldn't believe it, and I did not have a before picture because I couldn't get one that worked. But anyway, these are the Hydrosol cucumber eye patches. I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.